All right, good morning, cyber traders. Welcome back on this great Friday. I'm finishing out the first week of December on today. So looks like another fun morning here. Hopefully everybody took care of yesterday. Yesterday was a nice little decent day. I'll be honest with you, I'm not that excited this week. December is a great week, a great month to learn. We had a couple of good winners and stuff like that, but I was just talking to Josh this morning. I'm like, you know what? Wasn't as good as September and October and November. But I always told you this for some of you that found us and been around, going back into July or March or April. I said the best 4 months to trade is September, October, and November. I'm sorry, 3 months. December, things are going to start to slow down. People have to close out certain positions, get their yearly taxes done, and they got to do it within 30 days. It's this whole rule that goes to institution stuff. You got the vaccine that's coming out, but we're still getting some action. We got a great move in this right now. Some of you guys did really well with this PPSI. You could see the stock right at the gate this morning. We went from $3.60 straight up to $5. Let me just fix that so you guys can see a little bit better on that on YouTube. But stock has got a really nice push. A lot of you remember that we traded this stock back in October. It ran from $2 to $9. Actually, it went from $3. It was a gap up. Beautiful stock, building a nice little Fausto flag. Going to keep a close eye on it. Looks like a fun stock to watch. All right. But there were a couple of stocks. But before we do that, like to talk about what's going on, what we traded yesterday and what happened. Just want to bring a couple of stocks. First of all, airlines. Okay. Airlines. Okay. Cruise stocks did not come out with good news today. Would you think? And they're doing well. They came out with news that they said they basically canceled out all their cruises. I think they said till 2021. And they're still doing well. I mean, you would think that would get the stock to go back to 16 or back to 13, like Carnival Cruise Lines. No, they stocks have been on a great run up. They're doing great. I told you I've been a big fan. And this is a long-term play for next year. Okay. But I think people have to start to realize that if someone showed you 9% on your money, you'd be ecstatic. You're like, 9%? That's unheard of. My bank doesn't even give me 1%. But if you were here and I told you, listen, airlines are not going anywhere. Okay. They got beat up. There's an opportunity. And, I know we had some great winners due to the coronavirus, huge winners. All these, online shopping companies, Wayfair, Overstock. I mean, what else they had there? Square. I'm looking down the list. I mean, Chewy. All these stocks, Disney, they all did great. But, airlines, obviously, they're the ones that got impact the most because no one's flying. I said, wait till next year. So, if you double, my point is this, the 9%, the 1%, the 100%. If I said you could make 100% of your money, and, in Delta, guess what? You did it. And I wasn't even expecting to go this high. I was thinking about hopefully it was going to go, maybe next year it was going to get there. It actually got there sooner than later. So I'm always a big fan of airlines, okay? Unless the whole the true Green New Deal comes into fruition and they got rid of planes, then definitely it's a great short, okay? But I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. All right. Because even the people with the Green New Deal still fly planes. So I don't think they're going anywhere. That's really our transport. Until we can make these planes electric, they're not going anywhere. All right. So they're making a big recovery. The only reason why I got hurt is because, like I said, nobody's flying. And with cruise stocks, don't forget what happened. I told you this before. Don't forget what happened. Remember, people got stuck on these cruises and got they couldn't go anywhere and they were stranded. And I can't wait to watch till somebody does a movie about this. It's going to be or a documentary on it. But it's fascinating how quick we can kind of forget. But they're going to come back because I said this yesterday. Who here could raise their hand and say, "I need a vacation"? But now with this whole pandemic, and they say it's going to be going to the second wave. Trust me, I'll be the first one, jumping on board. And the vaccine is right around the corner. And we saw what happened with Mandora. all these companies did phenomenal. And you know what? Even if you chased it, you still killed it. Anyway, let's talk about some of the stocks because some of them are doing pretty well. I've been a big fan of Riot. I have a swing trade on Riot. I still wish I still have my shares around $3.50, $4, but Bitcoin is doing great. And you can see the stocks going up. You know, someone told me something, and I got to look into this if this is really true. I guess some of us still think Bitcoin is, don't even know what it is. Like, still, like, it still hasn't really sunk in. But someone told me that, which is pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys heard this, but I don't know if this is true because I don't even know. But you know how currencies are like a disaster? Like, for example, who's here from Canada? I know we have a bunch of Canadians here, right? So, unfortunately for Canada, your currency it took a huge hit compared to the US dollar. So let's say you wanted to, put a dollar. What's the currency, by the way? Can anybody tell me what's the currency of because I don't really follow the currency, but the US dollar to the Canadian dollar? It was like $1.30 or something like that. What is it? I don't know if anybody here could put in the chat room, the general chat. Yeah, to the Canadian dollar. What's the difference from the Canadian dollar to the US dollar? About $1.33. Okay. Now, envision that we're selling something for, let's say, $1,000. And you got to pay $1,300. It's a lot of money, right? But if you could buy a cryptocurrency, right? If you could buy a cryptocurrency and say, or not crypto, so say you could buy Bitcoin and say, you know what, you buy $1,000 of a cryptocurrency of a Bitcoin, and you know what, and you give it to me for 1,000, it's a wash. So you don't have to worry about that 30% difference. Now, is that really true? Could you really do that? Because that's the case. Bitcoin is going to destroy that's why I think the currency market is really freaking out on what's going on, because people want to go from Europe to US and they keep, until it gets into the economy. I think that's where it's pretty much coming into. But I'm like, you know what? That's like a 30% off, right? For you guys. So I don't know if that's really the way it goes, but if that's the case. Now that could be a very good fan. No, the government will get into the control coins for a tax. Have they done that, Jerry, yet though? I mean, have they figured that out or caught up to it? I don't even know, but I know that everyone said the Bitcoin is like the dark hidden market, currency market. They're working up to it. Yeah, right. Okay, keep working. Crypto can't be manipulated by the government. Yeah, I agree. How are they going to stop it? When too many people own it, unless let's say the president of the United States, if it's President Trump gets elected or he doesn't, or Biden comes in there and is elected, comes in there and says you can no longer trade cryptocurrency in the U.S., then I could see that being a major issue. Okay, major issue. That's the only thing I could see that could possibly happen. But anyway, let's get back to the market, okay? Because I'm here chatting away. We got about 5 more minutes. Market's opening up soon, and I want to get right into it regarding about some of the stocks. But I really think this is a really good conversation to move forward. So anyway, the reason why we got into this conversation because Riot's doing great. So I mean, as a stock trader, to try to buy Bitcoin, it's just easier to trade Riot. So we got that one. We got the CNK that did okay yesterday. CNK had a really huge crash. Hold on, bring a 5-minute chip chart. So that one was just a great short. You could see we're from 18 to 13. Guys, don't be afraid to short. Okay, don't be scared. You make more money shorting. I know a girl, a trader, friend of mine. That's all she does is short. 80% of her trades is short. She didn't do too well after the rally we had, but she loves shorting. I like shorting too. It's just they always say it's not the American dream. That's like an old saying that they would say. AMC getting hammered. Listen, I don't know how AMC is going to survive, but I heard they came out with some great news. That's one of the reasons why I stock from 2 to 5. But who's really going to a movie theater these days? Unless they're going to give away free popcorn, free drinks, free dinner, whatever it is. I was just talking to a friend of mine, my brother-in-law, and he refused to go to a football game. He's like, why? He goes, to go there, the traffic, this. He goes, with today's TVs and everything, I'd rather just sit down, have a beer on my couch. It's just so much better. It's just TV's just great these days. And you know what? Maybe it's the same thing with movies. But That's also been doing pretty well. All right, the pot stocks also. I think just to let you know, I think that they're coming out. I think I heard on TV that Nancy Pelosi is going to do a bill right now trying to legalize pot. So in the United States, I mean, I know it's legal in New Jersey now, but I think they're going to try to do a national legalization, and they're going to try to pass a bill on that. I mean, not to know who's going to pass or not, but listen, watch the pot stocks. You know what I mean? You're favor of it. You're not a favor of it, but as traders, money's money at the end of the day. So keep a close eye on that one too. All right, let's talk about what's going on right now. Listen, before I get started too and go through the watch list, I just want to congratulate somebody. I think this is the stock, right? Is it LAZR? I think this is the company. Luminar Technologies. Is this the kid that's 25 years old? I think this is the stock. 25-year-old kid, the first billionaire at 25 years old. I think it's this stock came out some technology, went to Stanford and went public and literally he's killing it. I think this is the kid. 25 years old. That is entrepreneurship at its best. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. But anyway, I got to congratulate. I don't know the kid's name, whatever, but I heard on TV, I'm like, wow, 25 years old, billionaire. Shoot, some of us don't even know what to do with $1 million. Could you imagine being a billion at 25 years old? God bless America, Jerry. You're definitely right. That's what, that's that is just awesome. Anyway, that's great. I read about it yesterday, Juan said. Yeah. I mean, this is what, listen, at the end of the day, America is very well known for that. And that's why, we have the Facebooks, the Twitters, the Googles and the Teslas and LAZRs, on and on and on. And I mean, I can go on. I mean, Square, all these great companies. That's what they are. Pinterest, all of them. All right, let's get back to the watch list. Okay, so we got PPSI. That's moving this morning. She's doing pretty good this morning. She's starting to make a little bit of a tick up. She hasn't really popped too much since 9 o'clock since we started, but she did go up about 15, 20 cents already so far. I like that stock. That's going to be on my watch list. We're going to watch that closely in the morning. FRSX, another stock that also nice, cheap stock, nice spread, nice level one. Guys, listen, buy one stinking share of the stock. Don't be afraid to trade. Okay. Buy less and trade more. If you can't buy one share, you shouldn't even be trading one share. You know what I mean? But here's some cheapies, gorgeous cheapie. Look, $1.55 to $1.70 is a huge iceberg order, by the way, on level 4. I was watching right over here. It gets past this 170, which looks like it's going to do it. Stock could be a good move. GMS, another one. I throw this on the watch list. Actually, no, that's not the right one. Scratch that one out. Which one was it? Which one was it? Was it that one? GSM. It was GSM. I dyslexed it. GSM. GSM. There you go. So this one also has been having a nice little push right here in the last couple of days. 60-cent stock went up, backed off. You can see on the long-term chart right there. Let me get you can see it right here. Right there. And then finally, it's been on a really nice uptrend. You could see it right there. So it's not moving up too much. Volume is pretty decent. It's up 14%. I'll keep a close eye on this one too. I kind of like it. Put on the A list. Let's go on the B list. Now, a lot of these stocks are on the B list. Were on the A list and they fell off. HGSH is one of them. I saw a really nice gap up on this stock. I don't know what just happened, but she kind of just reversed on us. And let me tell you something. This stock, the way we did phase 3 this week, and remember what happened. We talk about this all the time. When a stock breaks a lower low, okay, it's time to get out. So if you didn't read the writing on the wall at around 460, you know what? You got yourself in big trouble. Another one that made the list too, on the B list, was ICON. Now this stock also great mover up, great pre-market, went from 90 cents to $1.60. Literally almost had a huge run. And then all of a sudden started breaking lower lows right around 830, 845. You could see that right there in between. And then everyone should have been out at $1.50. But if you didn't get out, you got yourself in trouble. Listen, if it doesn't break higher highs, you got to be careful. But one thing I also want to point out that you should all remembered, you had a gorgeous Fausto flag right there. Constant Fausto flags right there. That's what we always look at, and that's what we covered in lessons in the early in the phase 1 and 2. STRO is another one I want to keep an eye on. Not a lot of volume, only 178,000 pre-market. She had a good pre-market run from 20 to 24, but she's kind of holding pretty strong here. I see a little bit of a big order right there. Not a lot of iceberg orders out there on level 3. You could see it there on the right, but she's on the B list. She's not in the A list. A lot of these stocks that were on the A list, I don't know what happened. They went to the B list. This was another one. I kind of like this stock. We traded this back in August. We went from $2 to $7. It was one of those 300% movers that we traded. She's starting to trend down. I fell out of love right around 8:30, but because she's got a lot of volume, she's still up decent. She's a cheap stock. I'm going to put it on there, but she is a category 2 stock. 3. Don't like I always say, don't let that cheap stock fool you. CIIC, another one. We've been trading this stock. This stock has been a fun stock for us. This stock literally started right around here and shot up. It just did not want to stop. It was a great short squeeze. And obviously, how do we know? Because she came right back down. But she's up pretty nicely today. Go back to your journals. This is a category 4 stock. Look at the spread. Be very, very careful. A lot of small tier sizes. So as day traders, unless you're one of my, $1,000 day traders, do not trade the stock because this thing will definitely hurt you. But, some of you need those volatile ones, and that's what you want to trade. This one right here, I'm going to probably just throw back on my A list. It was on my B list. I'm going to throw it back on my A list. STPK. Now, once again, same thing. We talked about this in lesson 1, phase 1. Spread. Okay, you got to be careful of the tier sizes. This ain't your typical level 1 stock. Just because you think the spread's decent doesn't mean you're going to get it. But she's been up pretty good. Star Peak Energy stocks have been doing great lately. I don't know why, but they've all been doing pretty decent. Nice little move, nice little trend. Just, I see a trap on the offer. It's got some iceberg orders right here, sitting here on the offer on level 3. So let's see if those orders getting taken out. Actually, I'm talking about time and sales. Don't mind me getting on a tangent because I want to get ready, but I want to leave something off. And this is our last stock. So yesterday, a very good friend of mine. I don't know if you guys know this, but I do a lot of charity work. And I'm not talking about like going out there, certain donations. But I do a lot of charity work for the NFL. I train a lot of NFL players because a lot of them, when they come out of the retirement or they make this money, they give it to these brokers and they lose it all. So I teach them finance. Yesterday, I actually I'm doing a new charity where I'm teaching prisoners that are trying to come out of jail, teaching them finance. So yesterday I did a webinar, and I'm going to do a series on it. And it's something that I really haven't been telling anybody too much about it. But I feel like these people come out of prison, they need help, they need to do something. And, finance is really something pretty easy for them to get. So yesterday I was teaching a lesson on time and sales, and, and it always brings me back to the beginners, and I talk to Josh about this all the time. And sometimes, and you see this on YouTube, sometimes people don't realize that they assume that you know this stuff already. And then you're trusting them because they think they know what they're talking about. So they obviously, but they don't realize that we're such like, beginners or even kindergarteners when it comes to trading. And it took me about 30 minutes to explain it. And let me tell you something. Once they knew what time and sales were, it all made perfect sense. They understand how stocks go up and go down in the market. So, but anyway, I'm going to do a series on it, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. But I hope these guys could get something and continue with their lives once they get out. School doesn't teach finance in the market. Norm, I don't know why they don't do that. I mean, I don't want to get on a tangent, but my kid doesn't even know how to write a check. Okay. He doesn't even know how to fill out a W-4, a W-9, you know what I mean? To do his taxes, but they sure know how to teach, they sure know how to teach him theater. You know what I mean? They don't teach finance at all. I don't understand why they don't do that. All right. Also, idea for prison reform. There's a lot of very bright people in prison. Yeah, Mike, I know. And listen, some people always make mistakes, and it just happens. Maybe you got caught up too young, whatever it is. But you know what? Finance is, we all know why we're all in the finance business, and they really want to learn and help out a lot. Anyway, let's get back to the market. Market opens up less than a little bit more than 5 minutes. Listen, if I don't see you in the afternoon meeting, it is Friday. Enjoy your weekend. If you made your money this morning, take the day off, and then we'll see you back on Monday. And then don't forget, next week, we have the Cyber Expo that's going on. We got 3 great new speakers. So let me just post it up here so you guys could see it on YouTube channel. Oops, didn't want to do that for everyone. But anyway, right here, so you guys could see it. So we got we got my friend. And by the way, somebody told me they want to learn about futures. Hubert Centers, I think, is one of the best futures instructors. He's going to be there. Stockswish is going to be there also. Very famous person, shows on TV. And then myself. So we got 3 speakers. We try to keep it short because I know a lot of you guys are going to consider listening to 4, 5, 10 speakers. So we try to keep it short within 3 or 4. And it is December, so we're trying to keep it short. We do this every month, so please don't forget to register. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. Let's make some money. We'll start commentating once the market opens up. All right? Good luck, everyone.